I'm here with Sophie, our Educa Life Sciences trainer for the course EU Regulatory Affairs for Pharmaceuticals. And today we are going to be talking about the Common Technical Document, or the CTD. So we get a lot of people asking about this through our website and through our live chat. So we're going to do a quick video today to just discuss what it is and go into a little bit of detail about it. So Sophie, my first question then is, could you give us a quick summary of the CTD, the Common Technical Document? What is it in regulatory affairs?
Thanks, Alex. Yes, the CTD is first of all a registration dossier. So it's to get your marketing authorization application. And as for all this registration dossier, it is built around three very key notions, critical notions. You have the efficacy part, which is demonstrated with the clinical studies. You have all the safety of your drug, which is discussed in the non-clinical studies and with the clinical studies. And you have the quality part, which is also a very critical one, which is about the manufacture and the control of your drug product and drug substance at the manufacturing site. And so when you are registering your product, you must demonstrate to health authority by the data that you collected and presented in this marketing authorization dossier, this CTD, that the medicine is efficient to treat and to prevent the disease concerned. You need also to demonstrate that it is safe for the patient, and this is the risk-benefit balance, and that the quality of your product is adequately controlled and guaranteed. And you actually have several formats around the world that are used to submit those kind of data. And the one that is applicable in Europe, but also in the ICH region, actually, is the CTD, the Common Technical Document.
So thank you for that, Sophie. So my next question then is, I know the CTD is made up of modules. Could you elaborate a little bit on that and give us a little bit of detail about each of those?
Yes, of course, Alex. This is how we usually display or represent the CTD. It's the CTD triangle. And you can see at the basis of the pyramid, we have the main module of the CTD. We have the module 3, quality, where you will describe all the operations you perform on your product and on your API, the manufacture and the control. You have the module 4, which are the non-clinical study reports. This is where you will provide all the results on your non-clinical studies, on your safety studies. And then you have the module 5, which is where you provide the clinical study reports. The one that you conducted on people and demonstrating the efficacy of your product. And as a matter of fact, those module 4 and 5, they are the full reports, so they are a bit difficult for an evaluator to apprehend when starting to evaluating your dossier. So this is why in the CTD, you have a second store here, which is called the module 2, which is about summarizing the module 4, 3, and 5. And for the module 4, it's just a summary. It's what we call the quality overall summary, QoS. So it's just, really a basic summary. But for the non-clinical and clinical data, this module 2 is really, really essential, because this is where you have overview and summary. This is where you will present the results, how you interpret the results of your study. This is also where you will explain why you choose such and such design of your studies in relation to your indication, etc. So this is actually where I would say an evaluator would start if he wants to assess the safety and the efficacy of your product. And then you have the peak of the triangle, which is called module 1. It's generally not considered part of the CTD in the sense that it's where you provide the regional information, and you may have different sections, different format according to the region. This is also where you provide data like pharmacovigilance system or product information, patient information leaflets in each respective languages.
Thank you, Sophie. Is there anything that people should keep in mind when they're working on the CTD?
Yes, this is actually what I'm talking about in this slide, is that the CTD is a harmonization of format. So it means that you will have the structure of the dossier that is the same everywhere. You will find the same chapter names, chapter titles, but the content inside the chapters and the titles can still be different between the three regions, the three ICH regions, because the CTD gives no information about the content of the dossier. It does not indicate which studies to conduct or which data to collect to get an approval by authorities. So for these kind of content, you need to refer to the guidelines or to the regional legislation. And when where ICH guidelines exist, you should not expect any difference in content, but you still have some specificities. And for example, for the European CTD, you need to take into account European guidelines. So you need to refer to the European Pharmacopoeia, not USP or BP or another one. You need to follow the guidelines on BSc, TSC. And if your API is covered by a CEP, this is where you can provide the European Certificate of Suitability or using the active substance master file procedure. So keep in mind that it's a harmonization of format, not a harmonization of content.
Thank you, Sophie. And what would you say is the most challenging module within the CTD to put together or manage?
I would say the quality part, because that's the one that is the most difficult to manage during the life cycle of the product after the approval. People sometimes think that once you get the registration of your product, this is the end of it. But it's for the quality part, this is actually just the beginning. You have a requirement, a legal requirement to take into account all technological progress and to apply state-of-the-art methods for your manufacture, for your analytical control. And so it's a requirement to always look for changes on the production and manufacture and control of your product. So it means that you always need to optimize your quality part and to make changes throughout the life cycle. So yes, this is a quite challenging one because it's always moving.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Sophie. And I think that's it for today. Thank you very much for your time and sharing some insight into the CTD. I'm sure that will help people out there.